This is a Homestead Wind 2 with the optional par downlight. I picked this up over the weekend. A real good friend of mine that's done me a lot of favors has been telling me that he's wanted a wind with a downlight for I think months now. He's been saying that every time I talk to him. And much like another friend with the cast HRSs, you keep asking for it, sooner or later it'll turn up, and this did. It cost way more than I would have normally paid, but since I know my friend wanted it, I picked it up. It's not in the most amazing shape, but it actually looks really good from a distance. You have to go up close to see the little scratches and stuff. So I'm very pleased. It's complete except for the mounting bracket, but I actually found a Hampton Bay mounting bracket that will work perfectly if you just drill a second hole to be able to attach the canopy. The downrod ball fits in, the canopy is the right size, and one of the canopy screws already lines up. So, I both love and hate these par downlights because I love pars. My favorite type of light is the light that comes from pars. I just love the kind of focus light. But I don't like how this actual light kit looks on the fan. I feel like it makes the nose too long, and it looks like a Muppet. So, this particular one did not have a separate pull chain for the light. It was designed to have a wall control. So just for the purposes of the video, I had a pull chain right there, so you could get a closer look at it. And I didn't see a tag with any current rating. There probably is one. I didn't see it. It uses the same motor that all 6-blade spinner motor Homesteads use, made by Halsey. So let's check it out. This will be my first time testing a wind. Low. I just remembered that a family that lived a couple blocks from my parents had this exact fan, but in 42-inch or 44-inch or whatever the smaller size was in their breakfast area, with the power downlight and same finish, white with black accents. You haven't told me what you thought of it yet, Andy. You got any comments on the wind?
I kind of like it. I'd say it's probably not one of my favorite fans, though. I tend to like the more traditional looking fans better.
I would agree with you, but one of these with no optional light, or if I could ever find it, the optional spotlight, like a 4 spotlight kit that they came with that looked like track lighting, in a metal finish, especially like a polished brass or a black chrome or a gunmetal or something like that, is a pretty freaking cool fan.
Yeah, this is one of those fans that, in the right setting, it would look great.
Yeah, I have 2 in polished brass, and I was looking for a setting for them at 12 wings, and I couldn't find one. If I ever get to work there again, then I might keep an eye on that, because I'd like to find a place for them. Like 79 amps high. It is moving some air. I've always been told that these were extremely good air movers, and I wondered what set them apart from the other 6-blade Homesteads, because they all use the same motor. Maybe it's just the shape of the blade. But that is definitely moving air. I'm going to try to see if I can tell back here. Andy's kind of blocking the airflow, aren't you? Or he can move. That's another option. Surprisingly not very noticeable back here. I get more just air moving in the room than I do specifically from the fan. I don't get a breeze from it, which is interesting because the breeze underneath it is very direct. So that's interesting. Like that, right underneath it is more of a breeze than some of the other fans we've tested recently, and I step back and I don't get a whole lot from it. I'd say it was the wind outside and the rain fighting against it, but that gable fan isn't moving. Okay.
Doing all the air moving there is being done in here right now.
That's true. I like the cloth pull cord. I like cloth pull cords in anything. Maybe that's because I love Dayton Lascos so much that anything that reminds me of one. What'd you say?
So it's really raining now.
I gotta go back and find. There were some videos I did where it was like thunderstorming and just really coming down hard. And man, I was surprised that anybody could hear me talk. For all I know, they couldn't hear me talk. I kind of like it though. I love the sound of rain.
Yeah.
So I don't mind that it's. Just wonder how much of it picks up in the camera. And this part, the nose of it on this one looks like a Muppet. Looks like the Phenomena Muppet. And this looks like teeth to me, where you can kind of see the blade irons. Looks like the fan has teeth. Long spin down time. Probably put this in my car too when we're done, because then I can pack it and ship it maybe tomorrow. Good God, is it still on? No.
The surprise speed? Like
Yeah.
That Emerson?
Yeah, Andy didn't know that the pre-1895, we're calling it, was 4-speed. And so he swore to me that he turned it off, but in fact he did not.
It's still going.
Yes, you were tricked. You were flim-flammed and bamboozled. The fan outsmarted you.
Homestead did make some fans that were 4 or 5 or 6 speed, didn't they?
Yeah.
I think that Comfort Flow is 5 speed.
Comfort Flow is 5-speed. The 4-wind is 4-speed. Whisper fans are infinitely variable. I was just playing with the light there. Homestar is 6-speed. It's an IntelliTouch copy. And Superfan was... okay, what are we doing? We're doing the regular speeds in reverse. Superfan was infinitely variable. Yeah, they didn't have anything on a pull chain that was more than 3. Everything that was more than 3 was either a wall control or a little click switch on the side of the housing. Yep. Jonas picked up a really cool 4-winds recently that I think might be making its way back here. I'm not positive.
Jonas.
Hmm?
Jonas.
I don't get the reference.
Twister.
I haven't seen it in too long to remember that. I guess if I'm going to be friends with a storm chaser, I need to brush up on my Twister.
There was a reviewer of a Twister that was making fun of the contrived evil of Jonas's team.
So that wasn't actually in the movie?
No.
Ah, well, I probably have never seen it then. But, I don't know. I'm trying to think if I've even seen that movie as an adult. I probably have, but I mean, it's a good movie. And Philip Seymour Hoffman in that?
Yeah, he was Dusty.
Yeah. He was phenomenal in anything. A really great loss.
Yes. That was actually a relatively minor role for him. That might have been before his breakout.
I'm sure it was. But he was memorable enough that I remember that he was in it.
Yeah.
Something's vibrating a little bit. Probably that light bulb is not seated all the way. So really, I don't know why they couldn't just use a regular power bulb that screws in. That would have made it too easy. It's not like you can go down to Menards and get one of these. Do you even know what that's called?
No.
I don't either. I used to know. Did I reverse it already?
Yeah, we did the speeds in reverse.
I mean, did I then after that, did I put the switch back?
Hard to say.
I don't remember. It would have been like 10 seconds ago, but...
I wasn't watching it. So.
And I wasn't... If I did it, it was just on autopilot, so I'm going to assume...
And it's not. It's a sideways switch, so you can't be sure.
Well, even sometimes the up and down ones are backwards to what you would expect, which could be a difference in manufacturers. It could be just whatever 5-year-old Chinese kid is assembling it. Didn't get enough Cheerios that day. I'm gonna assume that it's now going the proper direction. We'll rectify that expeditiously, if not. If it wasn't such a pain to get in and out of there, I'd take the bulb out to show people who may not have owned a wind. Maybe I can do it when the video's done, or at the end of the video rather. Still going. Okay, let's see how we're doing. 1 microfarad. Nope, I must have reversed it twice. So, okay. 1 microfarad. 2 microfarads. Okay, so, Chris, if you're watching, if you want the slowest possible low speed with the fan pull chain set to high, you need a 2 microfarad capacitor. Which there is no wall control that has a 2 microfarad capacitor, so you would have to make one. Or use a decade box, like I did. So that's with the fan pull chain on high and a 2 microfarad capacitor. Okay? So you can select your other speeds. I'm going to go through these real slow. That's a 3 microfarad. This is where the low speed would be if you got one of those Emerson 4, 7, 11 controls. 5. This would be where the low speed would be if you had just a generic 4-speed control, like the Casablancas. 6. 7. This would be your medium low if you got one of the Emerson controls. 8. 9. 10. This would be your medium low if you use your Casablanca control. 11. This would be your medium high if you used one of those Emerson controls. 12. 13. 14. 15. This would be your medium high if you use your Casablanca control. Now what you have to do when you're building your own control is you want to pick 3 capacitor values for your low, your medium low, and your medium high, but the 2 smaller ones have to add up to the bigger one. So for example, with the Casablanca control it's 5 and 10 and they add up to 15. With the Emerson control it's 4 and 7 and they add up to 11. So you can go through all the different values that I showed you and pick your value for your low, your value for your medium low, but then your medium high is going to be whatever those add up to. And I can show you how to build that control if you want to make it yourself. But you're limited in terms of that's how that speed has to be derived. So that's 15. That's your high if you use your Casablanca control. Now rather than go all the way up, as I would normally, well I guess we'll kind of skip through it. I know you're not going to want anything higher than 15. 16, by the way, we're at 0.6 amps. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Wait, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And 40 is really no different from high. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop it back. I don't know, when we've talked about you making your own controls, we haven't talked about whether or not you would be happy getting your low speed by having the fan on low. So let's set the fan to low. Let me just confirm that I did that. Yep. And now we're going to go through all the capacitor values again, but this is with the fan set to low. So, 1 microfarad, 2. 2 is still enough to get it going, even on low. I thought for sure that it would take much higher. Drop it back to 1 again, just because that is insane. 2. Yep. You can, once again, your slowest low speed with this comes from a 2 microfarad. Off, high, and that's still the 2 microfarad, just negligibly faster. So yeah, I guess then medium, low, 2, 3, 4. This would be what your low speed would look like if you used one of those Emerson controls and then had the fan on low. 5. This would be what your low speed would look like if you used your Casablanca control and had the fan on low. 6. 7. This would be what your medium low would look like if you used one of the Emerson controls and had the fan on low. 8. 9. 10. This is what your medium low would look like if you used the Casablanca control and had the fan on low. I hope this is making sense. Andy, do I sound like I'm making sense or do I sound like an idiot?
That makes sense. I'm just trying to set my manual focus here.
Yeah, the friend of mine that I believe is getting this fan from me is very specific about what speeds he wants. He wants the slowest possible low, and then he had very specific speeds that he also wanted for his medium low and his medium high. And I think he's going to end up making his own control, because I don't see how else he'd get the exact speeds that he wants. So hopefully, by watching this video, he'll know what capacitor values he needs. This is 11. That's your medium high if you use the Emerson control and had the fan on low. 12. 13. 14. 15. This is your medium high if you use the Casablanca control and had the fan on low. And we'll skip ahead. This is just the fan on low. Okay. I guess we can try also, let's see, off, high. Let's say, are we off? Nope. What the hell did I do? Oh, I still got the 10 microfarad on. I'm an idiot. High, are we on high? Yes. So I'm going to stop it because I'm going to reach up there. I'm going to pull the chain because let's say you wired the fan and light together. That would also affect your capacitor values. So I believe the fan is on high, fan and light wired together. Let's see what capacitor values you can do now. Now I've never left any fan and light wired to a capacitor for any length of time, so I'm not sure how that would go. I can't imagine it would hurt anything. 1 microfarad, 2 microfarads, 3, 4, 5. Now we're all the way at the low with the Casablanca control, and we're still not seeing any movement. 6. We're starting to see movement at 6. I'm going to scale it back to 5. It looks like we can see maybe a little bit of movement at 5. We might stall out. That didn't sound good from over there.
Huh?
I said that didn't sound good from over there.
Oh, yeah.
5,
Stall out.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's barely a little bit of light coming from the bottom. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Let's try it again. I think Andy has left us because the game is about to come on. The Badgers are going to demolish Duke. This is the fan on low, the light 1. I guess I need the fan to stop so I know what it's going to do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 5 again? 6, 7 maybe? Seems like it's starting to spin a little bit there at 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You get the idea. I don't think you'd want to end up doing that, but I just wanted to show you. If you really are having trouble getting a slow, low speed, you can always wire the fan and light together. Lastly, let's try it with the solid state control. I think the fan's okay. So not only are we in Buzztown, but the fan's on low, I believe. Yeah. I think I confused myself. Low, off, high, solid state. Are they still in pregame mode?
Yeah.
So I made a prediction on camera that Duke is going to get demolished, but
All right.
so. I can already, okay, we're at 0.07 here. We're starting to, but you heard the buzzing when I was operating in error, so I would not use this on a solid state control. We'll just try it for the sake of trying. Let's go up a quarter, or half, eighth rather. Another eighth. Another eighth. That's too buzzy. But you know what? Let's try it with the light. Let's see if the light eats up some of the buzz. There's a lot of times if you have a fan that doesn't work on a solid state speed control, but you wire it with parallel with the light, it's not nearly as noisy. There we go. 0.21. Eighth of a turn. Still kind of noisy. Eighth of a turn. Eighth of a turn. Eighth of a turn. High. I do like how that light lights, though, if I could use such a word. Oops, not what I was trying to do there. Hey Andy, can you hold the camera? I'm going to try to take the bulb out and demonstrate and show what that bulb looks like. I'm going to turn the ceiling lights on while it's spinning down. Here, just, yeah. I don't know if we even need the spare battery, but... So, there's 3 clips in here, and there's apparently a trick to getting, you need to get all 3 of them out in order to get the bulb out, and I can only seem to get 2 at a time because I'm not as talented. And I'm sure somebody like Cole, who knows what they're doing, will explain to me how I'm doing this wrong. Which is why I wasn't planning on doing it on camera. There we go. Wasn't how I'm planning to do it. Anyhow, you can see the bulb plugs in. Of course, now it's not going to come out easily. There we go. Here, take a look at the bulb. Plugs in just like to a regular wall socket.
Wow.
And there's a little socket in there for it. And then the bulb is held in place by the 3 clips. So there's a name for this type of bulb that I have forgotten. Let's see, does it say anything on here? Flood 75 watt GE. Does not say. But, okay. Well, that's all I wanted to show you. Thanks for watching.